Hello class, today I'm going to show you how to make a pop art picture using the complementary colors. You can do this on plain paper or on colored construction paper. The first thing I want to do is make my paper into a square. Now you can either measure it out, or the easier way I think is to fold it diagonally. So I'm going to take the corner and bring that corner to the top of the paper. Try to make sure this edge and this edge are perfectly lined up. Then press down, and this extra rectangle that you see on the side is what you're going to cut off, and you're going to keep this triangle. If you have scissors, you can cut this off. If you don't, you could fold it, and it helps to fold it one way and then the opposite way. And you can even lick your finger and get it a little damp, and then it will tear on that line pretty well. Maybe not perfect, but pretty close. Or if you have scissors, you can make it a little more closer. There we go. If you have construction paper, you can do it the same way. So either measuring out how big it is. So I want to know how big the short side is. It is 4.5. So to make the long side match, I want that to be 4.5. Make sure my ruler is lined up at the top so my line is straight. And then I can cut or tear off that extra side. And I want to keep that scrap because that's going to be useful later. Then I want 4 squares inside of my square. Again, this is something you could measure or fold. So I'm going to fold mine horizontally, that's side to side, and then fold it vertically, that's up and down. So then I have 4 squares. If you want, you can trace these so you can see them better, but you don't have to. So there are my 4 squares on that. Or if I want to go the measuring way, this is 4.5, so 2.25. And then the other way. Two and a quarter. So I have my 4 squares. Now I'm going to do my object. Your object could be a simple shape like a square or a rectangle. Something a little more advanced might be like a heart or a star, or you could get expert level and actually draw an animal or shape or person. I'm going to do kind of in the middle and do a heart, I think, on here. So I'm going to draw my heart. And then I want to repeat that in all 4 boxes. And it's okay if it's not perfectly the same, just try to keep it about the same size. Alright, so now I have my 4 hearts. If I'm doing this on construction paper, I now want to find my complementary color. So green, its complement is red. So I have some scrap red. I'm going to cut a chunk off of. And if I fold this, then I can have 2 of the same shape, which I'm going to need. So on this one, maybe I will make it kind of tree shaped and do a triangle with a square. And then I'm cutting it out. Alright, got my pieces. I'm going to put one up here. Kind of looks like an arrow more than a tree, but that's okay. And then one diagonally from it. Now, that color scheme, I want to do the same thing if I was doing it on plain paper. So if I was doing it on plain paper, I would want to have my heart red and color that in up here. Of course, taking more time. And then my heart red down here, coloring that in, taking more time. Then I want a red background here and here. So I can take some scrap paper and I just line up a corner and mark how big I need it to be. Then I continue that line. So I have one red corner, and that one's a little too big still, so I'll need to trim some off the top there. So if I'm coloring, I'll be coloring in this background and this background. Of course, taking my time and doing it much neater. Now the green spots are going to be coloring in this heart and this heart, and then this background and this background. So that's why I save some scrap green, so I can cut out another pair of little arrow trees. Then I would glue that all down and take my picture, or finish coloring this in neater and take my picture. Either way, you can do it with plain paper or with the construction paper, with scissors or without scissors and just tearing, or with a ruler or just folding. So always find a way to make your artwork for you and the supplies you have. Alright, everyone have fun creating. I hope you enjoyed this week's lesson.